Good morning. If I can one more time have the graduates come in and start filling in this front middle section, that would be greatly appreciated. Just a couple more seconds and we'll give everyone a few more seconds to get in here and to walk through our rehearsal this morning. And then we have the box there. What'd you say? Good morning once again, and I will actually start talking this time. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Charity Walters. I am the registrar here, and many of you have been getting emails. Actually, most of you, if not all of you, have been getting emails from me in the last month leading up to the big day here. So let me be the first person officially to say to you, congratulations, you have made it. You know, I'm going to do it anyway, but I have to say you are the first class in the 7 years I've been here that actually sounded enthusiastic when I said that. But we're going to do it one more time. Congratulations, you have made it! I know it's the early morning, it's hard to get going, all that fun stuff. So right now we are going to be walking through an example of how this day will go. Going to go through a few of the details that you guys need to be aware of as we go through the next couple of hours and introduce key people for you that will be important for you throughout this entire day. So with that, I would like to introduce the team of staff members who will be working with you today. In addition to myself, you have Alicia McDougall, who many of you know as a key person in the registrar's office. We also have Nancy Raleigh, also another key person in the registrar's office who you probably have interacted with over the years. Then we have Chuck Eads, who's new in our resident life office this year and has been helping the students in the dorms. David Glass is also new this year as our assistant AD, athletic director. Mike Pizzola, you guys know very well, has been around and has one of our faithful returners every year for helping. Thank you, Mike. And then Sue Brammer from the assistant to the provost, administrative assistant to the provost. Glennis Lavelle, who works in our vice chancellor finance office, is their administrative assistant. And Chrissy Stokes, who works in the admissions office. Many of you might have worked with her as you were coming in. I just want to say a big thanks to these individuals. They give of their time. They've already worked a full week. And because they care for you and care about this place, they have given their time today to come in and be with you through the ceremony. So can I just get a thank you for them? And did I get everyone? Yeah. All right. Before we start walking you through the walkthrough, there are some key announcements for today. First of all, after the rehearsal is over, you'll have about 5 or 10 minutes to use the facilities, to grab anything you may need, and then we will be heading into Kelts Arena by 10:15 to start the lineup. When you go in there, as you walk into Kelts Arena, there will be on the left-hand side some alphabet letters on the wall, A through G, H through M, and N through Z. And David, Sue, and Glennis will be under those signs to pass out your name cards. This is a nice big pile, isn't it? You guys are our biggest group participating in probably at least 10 plus years. We have 205 potentially walking the stage today. These name cards you need to hold on to through the ceremony, until you walk up to the stage and pass them to Mike, who will give them to Nicole to read your name. So protect these with your life this morning. I will say though, if something did happen to them, we do have a few extras that we can handwrite information onto. But protect these with your life. Let them guard them safely, because they get you across the stage. You will also, when you get in there, after you get your name card, you'll see the overflow section set up with curtains. And then you will see behind the overflow curtains is where we will be lining you up. There are 2 tables back there with pins where you can fill out the back information on these cards. These cards will be returned to our wonderful photographers for the day, who will then have your information to make sure that you get proofs of your pictures so you can decide on purchases and what you want to do for that. And I want to thank Grad Images. They come out with us every year to do this ceremony and be with us. They're a great company and here to help you as you go through this day for your photos. So. All right. Then after you get your name cards, Alicia, Chrissy, and Mike again will be there to line you up. We have 3 rows. The first one includes associate degrees, bachelors of arts, and there will be a small handful of bachelor of science students that line up in that row. The next 2 rows will be bachelors of science. The key thing is when you get in there, listen for your name from these people, because they will be shouting out and trying to get you into your lineup to make sure we're in the line so that you are in straight categories when you come in here. I know, isn't all these things exciting to start the morning out with? But I have to start with the guidelines first. All right, lineup is done, so when you do the platform, your name will be read in alphabetical order by degree and then by major. So, for instance, if you are in a bachelor's of science in biology, within those biology majors, you will be in alphabetical order. It follows along the program as closely as we possibly can. Programs, just so you guys know, programs will be on your chairs when you come in, so you do not need to worry about grabbing a program. When you come in, Chuck and Nancy will be taking care of this as soon as we leave go do lineup. They will be putting chairs on all of the graduates and faculty seating, so you guys will be in a good place for that. Valuables. I sent out an email earlier this week, but make sure you give your valuables to your friends or relatives to hold or have a safe place to put it. Carry with you a small camera, maybe a small water bottle, anything that you may need like that. But if you can, just make sure your valuables, we do not have any places to store them, so it's important that you make sure that those get with someone that you can trust to have hold of those. Finally, even though mine is set to be very loud right now, so I hope it doesn't go off, but remember to silence your cell phone numbers during the ceremony. That will help to make sure that your friends and families can hear your name read as you cross the stage, and there's no accidental music shouting out or ringtone shouting out or anything like that. Finally, when you regalia, actually not quite finally, we're almost down the list, I promise, then we get to talk about the fun stuff. Your regalia, when you have your hat, your tassel should be on the right side. Yeah, that's the right. Actually, that's my left. The right side. So what will happen, just so you know, after all the graduates have crossed the stage, the provost will come forward and she will say to you as a group, she'll ask you to stand and she will say to the group, it is now time to turn your tassels. And then at that point, you will take your tassel and move it from the right to the left, which it signifies your graduation with your undergraduate degree. And finally, because we know we always need them every year, for those that need bobbing pins, safety pins, anything like that, we will have those in Kelts Arena to help you out as we do lineup. So if you need extra assistance with that, with your hat or things like that, we have those materials available. All right, the rules and guidelines are done. Let's actually talk about the actual process. So this is where this usher team comes into key playing. Today, after you do after we get you completely lined up, and I'm going to have Mike and Sue come forward, and then right behind there, David and Chrissy, right just here in the middle section here, and right behind them. I have these two moving forward because Mike and Sue, I need to just look straight down and we'll be good. Mike and Sue will be releasing the faculty into these black chairs in the front row. And then behind them, after the faculty are in, David and Chrissy will be leading you as the graduates in. They will be counting you into your chairs, so please pay careful attention to them. Even if it looks like there's not enough room, they are counting carefully and they know how many seats can be in each row. This is also important because we have you lined up alphabetically so that you can walk straight across here. As David and Chrissy count you each into each row, they will just move back, and if you guys want to show them there, just move back, move back through the gray chairs and to release you into each row as you go, until the final graduates are in your row. As you come into your rows, please remain standing, because as soon as everyone is in, the Chief Marshal will come forward and they will ask the national anthem to begin. Now, if I remember right, we have some choir members that are part of the graduating class. Are you here? All right. What will happen is, as the Chief Marshal signifies the national anthem, you will just come out of your seats, move up to the spot where you rehearsed yesterday, sing the national anthem, and then return to your seats. And so that way you can make sure that you get the chance to walk in, but also join the choir for singing that. Following that, we will have a Blackfeet honor song performed by Everett Armstrong, Patrick Armstrong, and Tristan Bolshoe. We are very excited as their graduating class to represent that and perform that and celebrate with us with that honor song. And then we will move into the actual ceremony, which is mostly for the first half an hour, 40 minutes, a bunch of people talking, but they're good messages to give out to you guys. I know, isn't that fun? Then we get to the really important part that is what you guys care about, which is the awarding of the degrees, right? You're going to get your diplomas today. So the part you care about, the awarding of degrees. I give up. All right. So if I could have the ushers, just so we have the visual, and then Alicia is going to be our representative graduate today. If I can have the ushers move to their spots that they will be at for the awarding of degrees, just so you guys have the visual. And Alicia, if you want to walk, Alicia is being awarded an associate's, a bachelor's, master's degree. She did it all. All right, so what will happen is Chrissy and David, the provost will be up here, and she will ask you she will say, will the graduates receiving the associate's degrees please stand? At that moment, the associate degree graduates will stand, which they will be in that first row over here on the left. David and you will remain standing, and then the provost does a small speech about recognizing your accomplishments, and then she will say, will the graduates come forward? At that point, David will release you from your aisle. You will come forward up here to Mike. She doesn't have a name card, but if she had a name card, she would pass the name card to Mike. Mike will give it to Dean Nicole Hazelbaker, who will read your name and degrees as you cross the stage. She will come forward and you will shake the chancellor's hand. A picture opportunity will be happening as that happens. So, and then she will move off the stage. There will be several people right here who will also be shaking your hand, including our commencement speaker and potentially the Lieutenant Governor of Montana. And then you will move over to here where she's at to get your picture taken. And then you will move over to Nancy and Glennis to move back to your seats. So you're just making a big loop, and it's pretty easy, but just so you know, I'm going to give you their final instructions right now as graduates of Montana Western. Today's key point, and you will hear me say it over and over and over and over and over again, is when all else fails, follow your usher. They are here strategically to get you through the day. So you will hear me say this quite frequently in the next hour to hour and a half. We're going to try it. When all else fails, thank you. All right, so that everyone will keep moving. When you get back to your seat, you can sit down again. So you do not need to remain standing once you get back to your seat after receiving your diploma cover. As a reminder, you are not getting your diploma as you walk the stage today. We still have grades coming in from spring semester, or if you were a summer and fall graduate, you may have already got your diploma. And so you get the diploma cover with a letter from the alumni office in the diploma. But it is representative of what is coming to you for those of you that are spring and summer graduates. All right, last thing will be the recessional, which is when you leave here. The Chief Marshal will stand up here and she will say the ceremony has now concluded. At that point, the Prince of Denmark March will cue on the music and they will be released. The stage party will leave the stage, and then Mike and Sue will move forward and start releasing the students and the faculty 2 rows at a time. So Michael and Sue will be there. They will release you out of your aisles. Just watch for their cue to walk back. You will keep moving back until you head out to the tundra for the reception. Reminder, and we will remind you of this as well. It is easy to think when you get outside those doors that this is done and you can stop. But remember, not only do you have 205 graduates behind you, you have about 40 to 60 faculty and about 1,200 people in this auditorium that need to get out of here. So make sure when you get out to the tundra that you keep flowing outside. All right. Yeah. The last thing I will share with you is something exciting that we're doing. If you've been reading my emails, you are already aware of this. But as you move out to the tundra, there's a couple of new things at the reception this year. The first one is that the reception, we have the department teardrop flags out there, and they are in alphabetical order by department, so biology, business, ecology, environmental sciences, English, they're going forward. Your faculty have been cued to be by those signs, and that's also a great place to tell your family or friends to meet you, so that for your program, so that they can find you easily. So that's a great place to go meet your faculty, say final goodbyes to them. The other thing that's really fun this year is we will have 2 photo booths set outside that are for selfies and self-taking pictures. One is a banner with the seal on it that says Class of 2019, and the other one comes from our athletic department and is the Bulldog backdrop. So wanted to give you guys some final opportunities to get some pictures with your families and friends to celebrate this day. All of that will be available at the reception afterwards. I know this has been a lot of talking, and so we're going to go start moving on to the fun stuff now, which is lineup and all those types of things. But before we go there, are there any further questions, or do the ushers have anything they want to remind me of? All right, we're going to do the 2 things. When all else fails. And finally, congratulations to the class of 2019. We are going. All right, in about 10 minutes, we will be in the Kelts Arena to start name cards and lineups, so as you start heading out that direction. I don't know, Mike, you're a handful. Hey, Mike. I want to say this here because I'll say it.
You know, you make me feel so good inside. I've always wanted a girl just like you. You're such a PYT, pretty young thing. Ooh. Where did you come from, baby? And ooh, won't you take me there right away? Won't you, baby? Tenderoni, you've got to be. Spark my need, just sugar fly with me. Don't you know now is the perfect time? We can make it right near the city lights. Winter night is the love and pain. Let me take it to the max. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, tender love and care, and I'll take it there, girl. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, tender love and care, and I'll take you there. Yes, I will. Nothing can stop this burning desire to be with you. Gotta get to you, baby. Won't you come as emergency? Cool my fire, yearning, honey, come set me free. Don't you know now is the perfect time? We can dim the lights just to make it right in the night. Hit the love spot. I give you all that I've got. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, and the love and care, and I'll take you there. Yes, I will. Yes, I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, and the love and care, and I'll take you there. Yes, I will. Pretty young things, repeat after me. Say na na na, na na na, na na na, na na na. Say na na na, na na na, na na na, na na na. Oh, take it there, take it there. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, your love and care, and I'll take you there, take you there, take you there. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, and the love and care, and I'll take you there, take you there. I think it would be real nice if you and I could, just get together. It's such a PYT to me, pretty young thing. I put into Nashville, Tennessee, but you wouldn't even come around to see me. And since you're heading up to Carolina, you know I'm gonna be right there behind you. 'Cause I always have to steal my kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you. Always always have to steal my kisses from you. I always have to steal my kisses from you. Now I love to feel that warm southern rain. Just to hear it fall is the sweetest sounding thing. And to see it fall on your simple country dress, it's like heaven to me, I must confess. 'Cause I always have to steal my kisses from you. I always have to steal my kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you. I always have to steal my kisses from you. Now I've been hanging around you for days, but when I lean in, you just turn your head away. Whoa, no, you didn't mean that. She said, I love the way you think, but I hate the way you act. 'Cause I always have to steal my kisses from you. I always have to steal my kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you. I always have to steal my kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you. I steal my kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you.
I tried to do handstands for you. I tried to do headstands for you. Every time I fell on you, yeah, every time I fell, I tried to do handstands for you. But every time I fell for you, I'm permanently black and blue, permanently blue for you. I tried to do handstands for you. I tried to do headstands for you. Every time I fell on you, yeah, every time I fell, I tried to do handstands for you. But every time I fell for you, I'm permanently black and blue, permanently blue for you. For you. So black and blue. fast for your mother, run fast for your father, run for your children, for your sisters and brothers. Leave all your love and your lonely behind. You can't carry it with you if you want to survive. The dog days are over, the dog days are done. Can you hear those sisters? Here they Sometimes I feel like throw my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you've got the love I need to see me through. Sometimes it seems the going is just too rough, and things go wrong no matter what I do. Now and then it seems like the life is just too much, but you got the love I need to see me through. When food is gone, you are my daily need. Oh, when friends are gone, I know my Savior's love is real. You know it's real. You got the love. 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 Time after time, I think, oh Lord, what's the use? Time after time, I think it's just no good. 'Cause sooner or later in life, the things you love, you lose. But you've got the love I need to see me through. You got the love. 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 Sometimes I feel like throw my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you got the love I need to see me through.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Where did you come from, baby? How did you know I needed you? How did you know I needed you so badly? How did you know I'd give my heart gladly? Yesterday sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles since you came along, you sexy thing. Where did you come from, angel? How did you know I'll be the one? Did you know you're everything I prayed for? Did you know every night and day for? Every day, needing love and satisfaction. Now you're lying next to me, giving it to me. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles since you came along. You sexy thing. Oh, kiss me. You sexy thing. Touch me, baby. You sexy thing. I love the way you touch me, darling. You sexy thing. Oh, it's sexy to see. You sexy thing. Yesterday, I was one of the lonely people. Now you're lying close to me, giving it to me. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Oh, touch me. Kiss me, darling. I love the way you hold me, baby. It's ecstasy. It's ecstasy. Sexy, baby. I love the way you kiss me, darling. Sexy, baby. Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough
To keep me from getting to you, baby. Remember the day I set you free. I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow. I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. Oh, baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. Oh, no, darling.
No wind, no rain, or winter's cold can stop me, baby.
No, no, baby.
'Cause you are
If
my
you're ever in
love.
trouble, I'll be there on the double. Just send for me, oh, baby.
My love is alive, deep down in my heart, although we are miles apart.
If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double, just as fast as I can. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough? Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough.
Keep me from getting to you, babe. Don't you know that
There ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough.
This thing called love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I just get right to it. Ain't ready, crazy little thing called love. This thing called love, didn't cry like a lady, didn't cry all night. It swings to it jive. Shakes all over like a jelly roll, but I like it. Crazy little thing called love. Like goes my baby. She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy. She gives me hot and cold fever. She leaves me in a cold, cold sweat. Gotta be cool, relax, get it, get on my tracks, take back, reach high, take a long ride on the motorbike, get ready, raise a little bit low. Gotta be cool, relax, get hit, get on my tracks, take a back seat, hitchhike, take a long ride on my motorbike till I'm ready, raise a little thing called love. This thing called love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I just get right to it. I ain't ready. Crazy little thing called love. Crazy little thing called love. Yeah, yeah. Crazy little thing called love. Yeah, yeah. Crazy little thing called love. Yeah, yeah. Crazy little Each morning I get out my diary, can barely stand on my feet. Take a look at yourself in the mirror and cry. Lord, what you doing to me? I have spent all my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief. Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love? Yeah. I work hard every day of my life. I work till I ache my bones. At the end of the day, I take home my half pay. Oh, I go down my knees and straight away till the tears run down from my eyes. Oh, somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love? He works every day. I tried, but everybody wants to put me down. They say I'm gone crazy. They say I got a lot of water in my brain. I ain't got no common sense. I got nobody left to believe. Somebody, anybody find me somebody to love? Anybody find me someone to love? I got no rhythm. I just keep losing my beat. I'm alright. He's alright. Yeah. I just gotta get out of this prison cell. Someday I'm gonna be free. Find me somebody to love. 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 Somebody, 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 somebody. Find me somebody to love. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to somebody, somebody to love. Find me, find me, find me, find me, find me somebody to love.
Shook it up. I never loved nobody fully. Always one foot on the ground. And by protecting my heart truly, I got lost in the sounds I hear in my mind. these voices I hear in my mind, all of these words I hear in my mind, all of this music, and it breaks my heart, and it breaks my heart, and it breaks my heart. When it breaks my heart. Suppose I never ever met you. Suppose we never fell in love. Suppose I never ever let you kiss me so sweet and so soft. Suppose I never ever saw you. Suppose you never ever called. Suppose I kept on singing love songs just to break my own fall, just to break my fall, just to break my fall, just to break my fall, break my fall, break my fall. All my friends say that of course it's gonna get better, gonna get better, 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 better. I never loved nobody fully, always 1 foot on the ground, and by protecting my heart truly, I got lost in the sounds I hear in my mind, all of these voices I hear in my mind, all of these words I hear in my mind, all of this music, and it breaks my heart, and it breaks my heart. I hear in my mind all of these voices I hear in my mind, all of these words I hear in my mind, all of this music, and it breaks my heart, and it breaks my heart, and it breaks my heart. When it breaks my heart, when it breaks my heart, when it breaks my heart, breaks my heart, when it breaks my heart, it breaks my heart, and it breaks my heart, when it breaks my heart.
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping, and you, a brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. And whatever happened to Tuesday and so slow, going down the old man with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, a brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, just like that. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. la-dee-da. So hard to find my way now that I'm all on my own. I saw you just the other day. My, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing? Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la in the green grass.
someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. It seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Love was out to get me. No, that's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Yes, I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. I'm not a trace of doubt in my mind. Said I'm a believer. Yeah, 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 yeah. Said I'm a believer. Yeah, I'm a believer.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. I'm wondering if your love's still strong. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Then that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby. Oh, you got the future in your hands. Here I am, baby. You got the future in your hands. Hey, I've done a lot of foolish things that I really didn't mean. Yeah, didn't I?
Welcome to the University of Montana Western. Let the 122nd annual commencement ceremony begin. please remain standing for the national anthem. Please be seated.
It is now my honor to invite 3 of our students who are graduating today to perform the Blackfeet Honor Song. Please welcome Patrick Armstrong, Everett Armstrong, and Tristan Bullshoe. And please stand. We gave you a second of sitting down.
Okay. Kitseksi matsun pinnaan. Istuukaak natusis kumaapi. Muiskitse papista ke nohto Hitoniop Browning. The songs that my brothers and I are going to be singing today is a Blackfeet Warrior Society song and also White Dog's Victory song. The first song signifies in a warrior way that we've gone to battle, gone to war, and in the end we came out victorious. Second song we're going to sing is a victory song, celebrating this commencement amongst everybody here, our loved ones in the stands, the crowd, and all the graduates, to pay tribute to each and every one of you and the success that you're going through right now. This is our way of honoring you and honoring our families. So with that, the Blackfeet Warrior Society song. Hey,
Thank you so much, Patrick, Everett, Tristan, and thank you so much to the Cantabaliers. Good morning, everyone. Haha, please be seated. I have this thing about forgetting that part, so I have helpers. I'm the Chancellor of the University of Montana Western, and it's my great honor to welcome all of you to our 122nd Commencement Ceremony. The class of 2019 is an engaged, intelligent, and altogether impressive group of people whose accomplishments are truly something to celebrate. And what an incredible day we have today to celebrate. Thank you for joining us. It's wonderful to see such a large group of friends and relatives here and in the overflow in our other auditorium to celebrate this significant milestone in the lives of our students and their families. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the platform party. Please hold your applause until I've introduced everyone. Dr. Ashley Carlson, Associate Professor of English, serving as today's Chief Marshal. And she just won a Fulbright to Madagascar. We are so proud. Dr. Deb Hedin, the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic and Student Affairs. Ms. Susan Jones, winner of the 2019 Alumni Distinguished Service Award. Ms. Roxanne Englund, Executive Director of the UMW Foundation and Alumni Relations. Regent Casey Lozar, this morning's commencement speaker. The Honorable Mike Cooney, Lieutenant Governor of the State of Montana. And Ms. Nicole Hazelbaker, the Dean of Students. Please join me in welcoming, well, you already did. And this is the kind of day, it'll be. You're all way ahead of me. That's good. In addition, we have a number of special guests today. The members of the class of 69, thank you, are here, and all will be introduced in just a few minutes. And I want to welcome home all of our alumni. Are there any other alumni in the house? Could you wave? All right. Woo! Faculty alumni. And we're very pleased to have with us a very proud dad and mom, Tyler Trevor, Deputy Commissioner for Budget and Planning for the Montana University System, and his wife June, and their large group of family and friends. Stand, they're up here. And we are honored by the presence today of a number of leaders of our partnership in Indigenous teacher education, a partnership with the Blackfeet Community College and the Browning Public Schools. And I'm just going to name them. Dee Hoyt is here with our faculty, and she is the project coordinator from Blackfeet Community College. And would you each stand as I recognize you? Cheryl Madman and Anna Ollinger, also representing Blackfeet Community College. Tony Tatsy is the school principal in, oh shoot, tell me, Tony. There you are. Thank you. Mike Tatsy, superintendent, and Tony's husband. Dan Whippert is one of the trustees from Blackfeet Community College. Here he is. And Kim Boy is also a trustee. And Steve Conway is the third trustee joining us today. Thank you for being here. And where is Edith Wagner, instructional coach at Nappy Elementary? Thank you all so much for joining us today. And everybody else who's here today from Browning, we're honored that you have welcomed this university into your community. And we're honored to work hand in hand with you to ensure that the children in your community have the teachers that they deserve. And we're grateful to have the opportunity to learn from you and with you. Thank you. And thank you everyone again for coming to campus from near and far to celebrate these amazing students. Faculty, staff, friends, family, and community members, all of whom are now part of our Montana Western family, thank you for the support you've given these students as they've worked to achieve their goals. Your investments of time and effort, as well as financial and moral support, are well worth it. Higher education enriches the lives of those who are fortunate enough to gain it. And we believe the education you have received here at Montana Western is even more valuable and more life-enhancing than at most universities. We are the one and only public university in the nation offering Experience One, experiential learning, one course at a time, and you should all be proud to be a part of this. It took vision, hard work, and persistence by our faculty and staff to create an educational program that is widely recognized as an approach to higher education that is highly successful. And I just want to take a moment today to ask those of our faculty and staff, the incredible people who were part of making this happen, to please stand and be recognized. Yeah. I wanted to make sure to do that because we have a number of faculty who are retiring or have recently retired who were part of making this incredible thing happen. And over the years, I'm going to single somebody out because over the years I have heard again and again and again that this woman would not take no for an answer. And thank goodness that she didn't. Sheila Roberts, would you please stand? And she and her colleagues had many opportunities to say no because this was way outside the box. And as I said, it's highly successful. Our students are completing degrees at unprecedented levels. Today we are awarding the largest number of degrees in our history. Our students are being accepted into excellent graduate school programs and are finding jobs in their fields of choice. And because you, our students, have experienced at Montana Western what professionals experience every day in their work, you are ready upon graduation to begin your next adventures as professionals. Experience One makes us a very different institution, but the real difference is you. You are well prepared through experience to contribute, to lead, and to make a difference. As you move into the next phase of your lives, be confident. Know that you are ready for whatever is next. Be of service. Know that you are ready to make a difference. And be proud of what you've accomplished. You are graduates of an extraordinary university. And please remember that one of the greatest gifts that you can give your university is simply to share your experiences as you continue on in life. Keep in touch, and let us know what you're doing. I would now like to recognize a very special group within our graduating class. Would graduates who have served in the military please stand? Thank you to you for your achievements and for your selfless service to our nation. And now it's my pleasure to introduce a great friend with historic links to our university and our community, a tireless leader and public servant, the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Mike Cooney.
Chancellor Weatherby, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members here on the stage, it is a wonderful opportunity to join each of you, your families, friends, your mentors, right here to celebrate with you in this 122nd Western graduation. And I'm here and I want to present greetings from the state of Montana and most importantly, congratulations. The University of Montana Western, as Beth mentioned, holds a special place in my family's history. I can bet that most of you in the audience have taken a trip or two or three up the road to Beaverhead Brewing Company and have enjoyed a cold glass of Poindexter Pilsner. Well, P.H. Poindexter, my great-grandfather, and yes, the namesake of the Pilsner, donated the original acres to the state of Montana to build what was founded as the Montana State Normal School, a college for training teachers. Those acres are part of where we gather today, what have since blossomed into a campus with an assortment of buildings and where nearly 1,400 students currently walk these grounds. Upon its founding, this institution told its students, the most satisfactory result may be promised all who enter upon any course of study. That promise was kept then, and it is certainly kept today. Whether it's receiving an education unlike none other, found at a public 4-year university through the Experience One through block scheduling, learning from a world-renowned equine program, or bringing home the NAIA National Women's Basketball Championship. And I had the pleasure of meeting those young ladies. Wow. Well, I got to just say it's as unique as it is full of wealthy experiences for students, faculty, in this community. And I'm proud of what the University of Montana Western has grown into today, and that my family had a little something to do with it. The kinship of this campus goes beyond my family's past history and into recent history as well. In 2007, I was supposed to be sitting out there attending a very important graduation ceremony on this campus. That year, I was serving as president of the Senate in the state legislature. The legislature failed to pass a budget that spring, and we were called back into special session. In the worst luck a parent could have, I had to miss the graduation of my oldest son. As any parent knows, a graduation is one of the significant milestones you experience in your child's life. But even though I couldn't be there in person, my son still graduated. He's still a teacher today, and while it may have taken me a few years, I'm finally back to see a graduation at this college. And I will tell you, my son today will tell me time and time again, Western turned his life around. So you'll get where you want to go in part because of the people who have helped you all along the way, the teachers, the professors who believed in you, your parents, your friends, those who are by your side during the good times, and those who helped you during the bad ones. Think about all those people who have helped you get where you are today, and they invested in you. And they didn't make that investment because they thought they'd get something in return. They invested in you because they want you to have an even greater opportunity than they had. And then I ask, no matter what you do next, or in the decades or in the 50 years ahead of you, to look for opportunities to make that same difference to the people in your lives and in the community. Who knows? You might get the next great Pilsner named after you. So again, thank you again for letting me celebrate with you today. A celebration of all that you have done and all that you will do. On behalf of the state of Montana, congratulations to you and to the University of Montana Western Class of 2019. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next speaker is doing double duty today. Regent Casey Lozar will return to the podium in just a few minutes to deliver this year's commencement address. But we're fortunate that he is also here to congratulate you on behalf of the Montana University System Board of Regents. Please welcome Casey Lozar.
Thank you, Chancellor Weatherby, and distinguished guests, all those who have traveled from across the state of Montana to be with your loved ones and your graduates here today. It is my honor to congratulate on behalf of the Montana Board of Regents the 522 graduates who have labored and labored and labored over the past 4 years, and maybe some of you a little bit more, to get to this time and place today. The Montana Board of Regents is charged with making sure that our public university system is moving forward in a good way for the state of Montana and preparing our citizens for a prosperous life and a life in helping our communities. We look for innovation in everything that we do in the university system. And when you hear the word innovation, you think of University of Montana Western. With the Experience One block scheduling and the work that has been put into that, the incredible graduation rates that Western has seen in the recent years, innovation is here on this campus. And I know to all of the graduating students who are going to take their degrees into the world, that they're going to be the innovators that make sure that the state of Montana is the best state in the union. So with that, Chancellor Weatherby, and on behalf of the Board of Regents of the state of Montana, congratulations to the 522 individuals who are graduating today. Thank you.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce the president of the Associated Students of the University of Montana Western and one of today's graduating students. He wanted to walk with his class, Mr. Chad Funk. Congratulations, Chad.
So I just wanted to start off, tell you guys a little story happened this morning. I rolled out of bed, kicked off the old slippers, was walking down the hallway, and there's a mirror in the hallway. And I had to stop and take a double take. Kind of looked at it and said, I'm feeling cute, might graduate later, I don't know. Just like to congratulate everybody on being here today, and let's do this. As we gather here today for the 122nd commencement ceremony in the Straugh Gymnasium, I challenge each member of the audience to take a second to think of one experience that stands out in your mind during your time here at Western. Some of us may share the same experiences, while others may be completely different. For example, we can all think about the first time we stepped onto Western's campus, even if it was for the first time today. Students can reminisce about coming to Western for a college visit, move-in day, attending class for the first time, or one of my favorites, showing up to the wrong class. Others may remember first time stepping onto the court, football field, or arena to compete at the college level, or extracurricular activities downtown Dillon. A few moments that I can recollect that many of you may be able to relate to are long hours in the library studying for exams, the cross drive to go compete in Glendive, cheering on the dogs for athletes who spent many early hours practicing for victory over tech. And we can't forget about our Lady Bulldogs, natty champs. These experiences all offered, or were offered from our time here at Western being Bulldogs. They helped us shape our futures into teachers, business owners, graduate students, and scientists we once dreamt of becoming. As we stand here together, we're all about to have one collective experience, graduating, and this being the stepping stone for the future. But I'll tell you what, the time here at Western sure has been one heck of an experience. Many of us ask ourselves what lies ahead. Others may already know, but there is one thing that is certain. Today we are walking towards greater life experiences. I'd like to leave you with a quote John Wayne once stated, "Tomorrow is the most important thing in life. Comes into us at night very clean. It is perfect, and when it arrives, it puts itself in our hands. It hopes that we have learned something from yesterday, that we may continue to succeed tomorrow." Thank you.
And only it wouldn't be the same without that cowbell. Oops. Now I'm pleased to introduce Roxanne Englund to introduce a number of people.
Welcome and congratulations to the class of 2019. It is a privilege to include you as the newest members of the University of Montana Western Alumni Association. It is also a privilege to welcome and recognize some very special alumni that are here with us today. Part of the Western commencement tradition is the recognition of those graduates from the class that graduated 50 years ago. Representing the class of 1969 here today are Percy Craddock, Bob Casagranda, Linda Shaw, Jim McIsaac, and Emily Rebish. Each year at graduation, the Montana Western Alumni Association honors an individual for his or her dedication and service to this campus, to their community, and to their profession. Today, we will include another very deserving individual amongst this distinguished group. I am proud to present this award to Susan Seiler Jones. Sue graduated from Montana Western in 1975 with secondary education degrees in art education and biology and a K-12 library endorsement. She went on to receive her master's degree in education from Montana Western in 1984. Her passion in life has been focused on lifelong learning with special emphasis on continuing adult and senior education. She started her career at Montana Western in 1978 as a research librarian and assistant to the School of Outreach. In 1985, she became the director of the School of Outreach, and in 1998 went on to become the Associate Vice President of Program Development for North American of Elder Hostel, which is now known as Rhodes Scholar. She served in that role for 10 years. While working at Montana Western, Sue participated in many community leadership roles, including serving on the board of the directors of the Women's Resource Center Work Program and the Beaverhead County Chamber of Commerce. Sue served in various roles in the Office of the Commissioner of Higher Education in Helena, Montana from 2011 to 2017. During this time, she always kept Montana Western's best interest at heart and was truly a proponent for our university and lifelong learners. Sue is joined today by her husband, Scott, and her sister and brother-in-law, Joan and Norm Wicks. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Susan Seiler Jones.
Have to get the readers on. Thank you very much, Roxanne, for that wonderful introduction. I do very much appreciate this award. But first, I have to thank my family. They've been so supportive of me through the years. My husband, Scott, for 37 years, my children, my sister, Joan, and brother-in-law, Norm, and my mom and dad. I want to thank Western for this award. It means so very much to me and is greatly appreciated. As a student at Western, I developed a passion for learning. I got through high school and still wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with my life. But when I got to Western, that small classroom size, the teacher-to-student ratio, really made a difference for a student like me coming from a small rural community. I had some wonderful teachers that inspired me and started talking about things I had never thought about before, and I developed interests in subject matter that I had no idea that I had interest in. Things like mammalogy, microbiology, art. I had a different combination, art and biology. But people like Dan Block, Ken Bandelier, Jim Core, Ed Siebel, just to name a few. There were so many. So that passion was awakened, and suddenly I wanted to go to school beyond my bachelor's degree, which I did. After I graduated from Western as an undergraduate, I went on for a short teaching stint, but my life did bring me back to Dillon. I became an employee of Western Montana College at that time it was called, and as Roxanne said, worked there for 21 years. I became passionate about lifelong learning. We had programs that we developed for not only kids, and they were academic programs for kids. We would bring them on campus and let them get a taste of college life. We developed a vibrant night school. We created weekend college. We created off-campus programs in other communities. And we had a vibrant summer program. Those were all very important for adults around the state who could not attend class in a traditional manner or even come to Dillon to take classes. Those were great for the time. Since then, distance delivery was developed by many of you great faculty, worked very hard on developing distance delivery classes and programs. And I have to give a shout out to those faculty who have done that, as well as to Annalise Ripley, who created a very vibrant distance delivery program for Western that does still serve those people who cannot be here to take class in person. In the mid-70s, Elder Hostel, now called Rhodes Scholar, started in New England. It was a program that was new and it was filling a void. A lot of people, when they retired, wanted to continue to learn. They wanted to take college-level classes. Elder Hostel began, and Western jumped on board in 1978 with one program, and it was a lot of fun. People came from all over the United States to listen to our faculty give college-level presentations, take field trips. I found out yesterday from Zach Baker, the new Rhodes Scholar Director, that Western is now offering 80 program dates of Rhodes Scholar under Western's auspices. That is outstanding. Western has done a great job there, and they're serving a great need. I didn't go away, I just dropped something. Western has always been special to me as a student, as an employee, and as an alumni. To those of you graduating today, wow, big class. I'm so proud of that Western for that. Congratulations. I'm proud to be able to share this day with you. And I encourage you to also stay passionate about your learning and share it with others and keep learning throughout your life. And finally, I want to welcome you also to the ranks of the Montana Western alumni. Thank you very much.
Sue, thank you so much for your pioneering efforts, for your years of service and leadership, and for just being such a steadfast, good friend of the University of Montana Western. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. Casey Lozar has been one of Montana Western's biggest fans from the moment he began to learn about our university, about our innovative spirit and our clear focus on the success of our students. I'm pleased to have this opportunity to tell him today how much we appreciate that, how much we appreciate that he just simply gets us, and how much we appreciate his support. And we also greatly appreciate his crystal clear understanding of the value of higher education and appreciate the countless hours that he puts in as a member of the Board of Regents. In October of 2018, Mr. Lozar joined the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis as an assistant vice president and outreach executive. He's based out of the bank's Helena branch and engages business, civic, and education leaders in Montana and throughout the Federal Reserve's 9th District to gather local and regional economic information that informs policy. He also leads efforts in Montana for the bank's key policy areas, which include affordable housing, early childhood development, and Indian country economic development. Previously, he served the state of Montana and the Montana Department of Commerce through a variety of roles that included division administrator, bureau chief, tribal policy advisor, and director of the State Tribal Economic Development Commission. And he's also served as the vice president of the American Indian College Fund, where he and his team were responsible for raising over $20 million a year for the 37 tribal colleges across the country. He holds a BA in history from Dartmouth College, a Master's of Education from Harvard University, and an MBA from the University of Colorado, Denver. And he has completed executive education at MIT, Columbia University, and the University of California, Berkeley. Casey and his wife Reagan have 4 young children, Leighton, Wynn, Mary Mack, and Stephen Asher. Mr. Lozar was born and raised on the Flathead Indian Reservation, and he is an enrolled member of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes. Please give a warm Montana Western welcome to Casey Lozar.
Good morning again, Chancellor Weatherby, Provost Hedin, Lieutenant Governor Cooney, distinguished guests, families and community leaders, alumni and the current students that are still here, but most importantly, good morning to the graduating class of 2019. Today is a very special day for you. Today, and in particular, this moment marks the opening sentence in a brand new chapter in your lives. One that after 4 years, you are now even more empowered to author yourselves. So if you're anything like me, when I was blindly following the spectacle of my commencement 16 years ago, I had no idea who the speakers were, or what their titles were, or what their inherent position was at the college or in the country. So I'm sure you're wondering, who is this regent? Or maybe better yet, what the heck is a regent? Well, you don't need to worry about those titles today. Today I'm speaking to you as Casey Lozar. A kid who grew up on Rocky Point Road in Polson in a large Native American family in abject poverty. My dad made less than $7,000 a year for a family of 7. A kid who was raised in a home rich with love and laughter and persistence. A kid that clawed his way through college, through grad school, through business school. A kid who has committed his life to helping others, growing communities, one citizen at a time. And a kid who, when I visited Western, the 4 times I had visited Western before coming here as a regent, I spent each of those nights, those 4 nights when I came here, sleeping in a car in the gym's parking lot, because both my family or myself didn't have enough money for a hotel. A kid just like you, 16 years ago, was ready for a new chapter, a new challenge, and eager to dip my toes in the waters of life. To be sure, it is the greatest of honors to be with you this morning, and I spent much time laboring over what I'd share with you, what knowledge that I would throw down. I myself have sat in your shoes 3 different times, trying to focus on what the commencement speaker was saying, what wisdom was being imparted, only to be daydreaming about the amount of packing I still had to do, and oh shit, I forgot to return my library books, or I wonder if all octopuses have 8 legs, or do you call them octopi? Are they legs? What do you call? I think they're tentacles. This Ivy League education didn't really help much. I hearken back to the speakers at my graduations for some motivation, and not only do I not realize or remember what they shared, I don't even remember who my speakers were. So I don't expect you to remember much today. But if there is one thing that you remember, it is this. At this very moment in time, you have accomplished something massive, something to be proud of, something that no one can ever take away from you, something that you will remember for the rest of your lives, and your kids and your kids' kids will retell for generations to come. You are a college graduate. You are a success. You have a legacy now. You're an alumnus. And now you officially have to pay back your student loans. This morning, I'm not going to implore you to take risks or to fail and fail often, to dream big, to solve the world's problems, to find cures for the globe's ailments, to heal our political system, to reverse climate change, etc., etc. I'm not going to recite inspirational quotes from famous authors or world leaders or philosophers. This morning, I'm going to give you some tangible pointers so you don't end up sleeping in cars in parking lots. So number 1, first thing, wear out your fast forward button. At some point in your life, you've written down a goal, and in creating goals, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to know where you're starting from, where you aspire to go, to what you want to reach, and why you want to reach those goals. Goals can be powerful motivators. But I think that goals, especially when they're written down, are too often than not stale and lifeless, lack emotion and description. Goals are obscure, distant finish lines that we hope to cross someday. They are sterile. They are often all things that we are not. That's where the remote control comes in handy, particularly the fast forward button for life. And this is how it works. When you set out to accomplish something, first hit the fast forward button to feel, to see, to hear, to taste yourself reaching that accomplishment. When I was an underclassman at Dartmouth, I struggled academically. It took me 2 to 3 times longer to write a paper or study for a test or a quiz, and even longer to tackle math problems. When I started second-guessing myself that I belonged in an Ivy League school or whether I'd actually make it to my commencement day, I fast-forwarded my life to my mother's smile, right side curled up a little more than the left, the exact moment that I would see her right after my graduation ceremony. That visual that I played over and over and over in my head rebuilt my confidence, and it recommitted me to my studies. Or when I was going through chemo for cancer I had a few years ago, I fast-forwarded to the exact song that my wife would play in the car when we drove away from Rocky Mountain Cancer Center after the doctor said I was cancer-free. Experiencing that song and that moment in advance refined my focus on a positive outcome. Or when I became the finalist for the executive position at the Federal Reserve for the second time, actually the first time I was not chosen, I sped past the present to that body buzz that I would feel the moment I would hit the red hang-up button on my cell phone after being offered the job and becoming one of the youngest executives in the Federal Reserve. That experience that I relived in the future gave me the belief that I would absolutely crush my interview. Well, I know it is impossible to keep track of your remote in your house. Be sure you have your remote control for life on hand every time you're setting out to do something meaningful. Good things will happen, and the batteries never have to be replaced. Okay, that's number one. Number two might be one of the most important. Number two, don't pick your nose in public. It's gross, and people don't forget nose pickers. Number three, travel. Doesn't matter where. Is it the state of Montana, in the country, around the world, it does not matter. Travel will broaden your perspectives on life, on culture, on different people, and will force you to understand how good you really have it. Number four, please do this. Proofread your cover letters. If you don't and you have mistakes, you will be immediately eliminated from your applicant pool. Number five, be committed to something beyond yourself. 3 weeks ago, my grandfather passed on. He was the patriarch of a huge family on Flathead. He had an incredibly successful career, a community that respected him, was the happiest person I have ever known, and had a family that revered him. I cannot imagine someone having a better life. And I know I'm very lucky to have had him in my life, but I will say I am very lucky that he left me a huge inheritance. I learned of my inheritance in a letter found in his files after he passed. See, uneducated in the 1950s, there were very few career prospects for Native Americans, especially off the reservation where racism towards Indians was relentless. Being a leader in the Washington, D.C. central office of the Bureau of Indian Affairs was in many ways sort of the pinnacle or the apex, the highest accomplishment of a reservation Indian. After several years working with the Bureau on a number of different reservations, he was invited to the head table. He was given an offer for a leadership position in D.C. My inheritance letter from my grandpa is his response to D.C. over 60 years ago. And I'd like to just read a very short excerpt. I wish to thank you very much for the consideration extended me in the central office. It is with regret that I am not in a position at this time to be considered for the vacancy. In all fairness to my supervisors and the Indian people, I believe that at least another year of field experience will better qualify me for the position mentioned in the telegram. I accepted this job at the Umatilla Reservation without an increase in pay to gain experience of all types, which will prepare me for better service as well as sound judgment in handling land holdings of Indians. For this reason, I believe the experience gained while at Umatilla will be a great asset to all concerned. And I believe that a move at this time will will work a hardship on my son and his schooling due to this being his first year in school. You see, my inheritance from my grandpa was not money or property. My inheritance was both a reminder and his example of putting others first. He was committed to his community. He was committed to his family, more so than a bigger salary or more compensation or social status or the prestige that would have come from taking a job in D.C. In his time, he stood up to the government as a government employee to protect tribal sovereignty, to uphold our treaty rights. He fought for that same government in World War II in the Pacific. He served as a chief tribal judge for our tribe, and he led a clan of Lozars, which is not easy to do, for 94 years. All of this while quietly validating that a good life lived is a life committed to something larger than yourself. His inheritance has left me immeasurably wealthy. So, graduates, as you progress through the next chapters of your life, ask yourself, what inheritance will I leave behind? Commit to something larger than yourself. Number 6, don't ignore paying back your student loans. You laugh, but I tried this once, and it did not work, and it was not a pleasant experience for anybody. Number 7, gambling in a shell game won't go well. Shell games, the 3 cups and the balls, and you gamble and you try to guess it. It never goes well. I had $100 to my name when I was living in Argentina, and I went down to the park and I studied and watched this guy doing the game, and I wagered all in, and I lost. And my trip home from Argentina to Montana was very interesting, mostly sketchy. Number 8, ride the Greyhound bus. It will expose you to an America and people that you never knew existed. Number 9, this is very important. Be kind to service staff. You are not better than them. And the last thing, number 10, everything you do, do with pride. If my kids were here this morning, they would be rolling their eyes right now. They hear me say these words every single day. When they're putting away their dishes for dinner or picking up their dirty clothes, they're prepared to hear, did you do that with pride? Studying for a spelling test, are you proud of how you studied? Playing in a hockey tournament, were you proud of your sportsmanship? Everything you do, do with pride. Pride is powerful, more so than what you can imagine. And pride has a memory. Now, let's try this, graduates. I want you to take just a quick moment and to think of a specific time in your lives that you were not really that proud of yourself. I'll just give you a few minutes to think about that. I see some frowns over there. I'm sure there are some many memories that came flooding back, most of them maybe bad memories, maybe feelings of shame, maybe disgust, anger, or what in the heck was I thinking? Now, I want you to take a moment and think of a time in your life that you were very, very proud of yourself. I'm sure these memories were much more enjoyable for you, filled with feelings of happiness, satisfaction, gratification, fulfillment, achievement. Pride has a memory that is never abandoned. Your actions and your decisions determine how you will experience pride, to be proud or not proud. You and you alone are the only ones that govern your pride. You're the arbiter. You're the only referee. You have the power to be proud of all the things that you do in life, from the most immaterial of things, like folding your laundry, or sending an email to your boss, to raking your yard, preparing for an interview, to the clothes that you wear each day. Ask yourself, am I proud of how I did these things? All the way up to the biggest of life's commitments or decisions. From the career you had, the community you impacted, the lives that you saved, the legislation that you passed, even to the inheritance you'll leave behind. If you're not asking yourself multiple times a day, did I do that with pride? Then you're likely not putting your best self forward. And you're not contributing to society in the best possible way. Everything you do, do with pride, and you will have a beautiful life, a fulfilling career, and maybe more importantly, internal happiness that can't be equaled. So today, graduates, I trust you are proud of yourself as you should be. A college degree is a big damn deal. Today, there is an entire gym and an entire community that is proud of you. And I'm sure there are people in this gym that have helped you to get you to this point. Family members, teachers, community leaders that are proud of you. I want to ask our soon-to-be graduates to stand up and stay standing for a moment. I want you to look in the crowd and find somebody in the crowd that has helped you to become the proud graduate that you are today, and give them a massive round of applause. And stay standing. Audience, I want you to stand up. And I want you to look down and find a graduate that you are especially proud of and give them even a louder round of applause. Graduates, there's no reason why you can't take this pride into tomorrow, into next week, next month, life's next chapter, and draw on it as you begin to find ways to make our world a better place. Use your remote control. Commit to something larger than yourself. Ensure that everything you do with pride. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2019.
It's upside down. Casey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your stories, your wisdom, and thank you for being part of the Montana Western family. You're always an inspiration. All right, it's time. Would the congratulatory party please join me in moving to the front of the podium?
Chancellor Weatherby, distinguished guests, family and friends, as we near the conferring of degrees, I would like to call your attention to a group of special students who have excelled in their studies, earning the distinction of graduating with honors. First, we would like to recognize the students who have achieved a grade point average between 3.33 and 3.64, earning them the distinction of cum laude. Today, they wear red and white intertwined cords. Would all the students graduating cum laude please stand to be recognized? Cum laude graduates, you may be seated. Students who have achieved a grade point average between 3.65 and 3.84 have earned the high distinction of magna cum laude and are recognized by their silver cords. Would the students graduating magna cum laude please stand to be recognized? Cum laude graduates, you may be seated. Students who have achieved a grade point average between 3.65 and 3.84 have earned the high distinction of magna cum laude and are recognized by, Finally, students in the next group have earned a grade point average of no less than 3.8, a truly remarkable scholastic achievement. Today, they are wearing gold cords and are graduating summa cum laude. Would all the students graduating summa cum laude please stand to be recognized? Summa cum laude graduates, you may be seated. Will all candidates for the certificate in early childhood inferior science, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Associate of Applied Science degrees please stand? Chancellor Weatherby, on behalf of the faculty of the University of Montana Western, I present these candidates for the certificate and associate degree. By virtue of the authority of the Board of Regents of the Montana University System, by law, and on the recommendation of the faculty, we confer the Certificate of Early Childhood Education, Certificate of Farrier Science, and the degree of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Associate of Applied Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Will the candidates please come forward?
Jessica Lorene Mitchell, Associate of Applied Science Business. Mackenzie Louise Garlinghouse, Associate of Applied Science Early Childhood Education. Shelby Hill, Associate of Applied Science Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Malin Nelson, Associate of Applied Science, Education Studies, summa cum laude. Isabella Mugleri, Associate of Applied Science, Natural Horsemanship, Associate of Applied Science, Equine Studies, cum laude. Caitlin Marie Henson, Associate of Arts, cum laude. Shelby Martello, Associate of Science. Lauren Menick, Associates of Science.
Will all the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology and Sociology, English, English and Secondary Education, Interdisciplinary Social Science and Secondary Education, Modern History and Secondary Education, Psychology and Visual Arts, please stand. Chancellor Weatherby, on behalf of the faculty of the University of Montana Western, I present these candidates for the Bachelor of Arts. By virtue of the authority of the Board of Regents of the Montana University System, by law, and on the recommendation of the faculty, we confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Will the candidates please come forward?
Heather Jove Harding, Bachelor of Arts, Anthropology and Sociology. Holden E. Reed, Bachelor of Arts, Anthropology and Sociology, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Woomer, Bachelor of Arts, Anthropology and Sociology, magna cum laude. Emma V. King, Bachelor of Arts, English. Ronald Shropshire, Bachelor of Arts, English. Madison June Trevor, Bachelor of Arts, English, summa cum laude. Christine E. Hepler, Bachelor of Arts, English, magna cum laude. Hunter Shea Boardman, Bachelor of Arts, English and Secondary Education, cum laude. Sean M. Fulkerson, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Social Science, Associate of Arts, cum laude. Gabriela Gomez Went, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Social Science, cum laude. Carly Marie Dunlap, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Social Science and Secondary Education, Associate of Arts, cum laude. Mindy Kaufman, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Social Science and Secondary Education, summa cum laude. Walter Leon Barber III, Bachelor of Arts, Modern History. Nathan Richard Urey, Bachelor of Arts, Modern History, magna cum laude. John M. Gathman, Bachelor of Arts, Modern History, Bachelor of Arts, Global Politics. Benjamin L. Halverson, Bachelor of Arts, Modern History, Associate of Arts. Zoe Melinda Payne, Bachelor of Arts, Modern History. Nora F. Spangler, Bachelor of Arts, Modern History, Associates of Arts. Stephen D. Erickson, Bachelor of Arts, Modern History and Secondary Education, magna cum laude. Donovan Ben Huckey, Bachelor of Arts, Modern History and Secondary Education, Associates of Science. Riley Sarah Coleman, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, cum laude. Fallon C. Horrocks, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, magna cum laude. Taylor Alexandria Howlett, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Roberta L. Irvin, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, summa cum laude. Beth L. Jasma, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, cum laude. Elida M. Troxel, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, Bachelor of Arts, Visual Arts, cum laude. Sean Bonmiller, Bachelor of Arts, Visual Arts, Associate of Arts, cum laude. Madeline Ashley Hogan, Bachelor of Arts, Visual Arts, Bachelor of Applied Science. Sunny Owana, Bachelor of Arts, Visual Arts. Marley Zenter, Bachelor of Arts, Visual Arts, magna cum laude.
Will all the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biology, Business Administration, Early Childhood Education, Ecology, Elementary Education, Environmental Interpretation, Environmental Science, Health and Human Performance, Natural Horsemanship, Mathematics, Secondary Education, and the Bachelor of Applied Science, please stand. Chancellor Weatherby, on behalf of the faculty of the University of Montana Western, I present these candidates for the Bachelor of Science and the Bachelor of Applied Science. By virtue of the authority of the Board of Regents of the Montana University System, by law, and on the recommendation of the faculty, we confer the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Applied Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Will the candidates please come forward?
Tara Braun, Bachelor of Applied Science. Mercedes Jo Kershane, Bachelor of Applied Science, Associate of Applied Science Education Studies. Sarah Benjamin, Bachelor of Science Biology. Kaylee Ann Buckmaster, Bachelor of Science Biology, magna cum laude. Tristan Bullshoe, Bachelor of Science Biology, cum laude. Sierra J. Cahill, Bachelor of Science Biology, cum laude. Riley English, Bachelor of Science Biology. Sierra Marie Lamy, Bachelor of Science Biology, Associate of Science, magna cum laude. Karina Lathoris, Bachelor of Science Biology, Associate of Science, magna cum laude. Mary Ann Leathers, Bachelor of Science Biology. Marley Mussman, Bachelor of Science Biology, summa cum laude. Tylen Marie Reddick, Bachelor of Science Biology, Associate of Science, magna cum laude. Casey Glenn Ryder, Bachelor of Science Biology, Associate of Science. Riley Scott Savage, Bachelor of Science Biology, Associate of Science, magna cum laude. Abigail A. Wilkerson, Bachelor of Science Biology, Associate of Science. Tyler Douglas Delaney, Bachelor of Science, Business and Computer Applications, Education, Associate and Applied Science, Education Studies, magna cum laude. Austin C. Amick, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Alyssa Lene Barkman, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, cum laude. Nacia Berry, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Alicia Borst, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Associate of Applied Science, Business, magna cum laude. Hayden Buckmaster, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Nolan John Donisthorpe, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Sage Fadness, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Associates of Science. Chad R. Funk, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Grace Evelyn Gathen, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Connor Hagel, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Jennifer M. Henderson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Esther E. Hernandez, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Associates of Science. Wyatt Nathaniel Lakeso, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Nicholas Legarreta, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Kelly Arlene Mack, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Associate of Science, magna cum laude. Denzel T. Moa, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Braden Scott McKittrick, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Jennifer Paige Sehose, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Rebecca May Griffith, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Raymond B. Howe, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Addie Joe Nesbitt, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Associate of Science, cum laude. Kayla Papish, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Haley J. Rael, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Austin John Robbins, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Kelsey Robinson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Shay K. Schroeder, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Troy Edmund Scott, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Conlon Smith, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Melvin M. Walser, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Elizabeth Westerber, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Ellen Wolferman, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Associate of Applied Science, Business, cum laude. Faith Sunny Keys, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Brittany T. Dupay, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Duvall, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Jennifer Jo Moore, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Haley J. Mortensen, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Melissa Dawn Valine, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Colton Austin Fierstein, Bachelor of Science, Ecology, cum laude. Jasmine Getzmollen, Bachelor of Science, Ecology, magna cum laude. Shelby Rose Smith, Bachelor of Science, Ecology, cum laude. Kayla Renee Adair, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Everett K. Armstrong, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Patrick Denny Armstrong, Jr., Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Teresa Marie Banks, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Laramie Brinkman, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Science. Ashley Bird, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Patrick Blackwhistle, Educator, licensure in elementary education. Which one? Magna cum laude. Marcy M. Bird, educator, licensure in elementary education. Dalton Bullock, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Science. Kaylee Lee Baumgardner, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Nicole Byrne, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Tristan D. Clark, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Samantha Jo Cleveland, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Katie J. Corrigan, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Applied Science Education Studies, magna cum laude. Holly Dawn Davis, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Dalton David Delaney, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Mariah Ann Delaney, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Hannah Marie Furstenberg, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Victoria D. Fladstall, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Marissa Jo Fry, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Kelsey Ann Cahagan, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Science, cum laude. Ziba T. Bordeaux, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Rosalia Burns, Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude. Kaylee Rose Husengay, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Zoe W. Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Trishelle A. Carney, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Science. Tess Ruth Kennison, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Science, magna cum laude. Angela L. Cryer, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Alicia Elizabeth LaBrush, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Sheridan Marie Lang, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Mylynn Brooke Lazyboy, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Tori Lynn Lewis, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Applied Science Education Studies, magna cum laude. Megan Lombardi, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Dawn R. Markser, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Jacob Thomas McElroy, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Applied Science Education Studies, cum laude. Allie Hilton, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, Associate of Science. Mackenzie Kendall, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Brianna Marie Olson, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Paige Marie Ovison, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Joseph Paulson Morgan, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Angie Rose Pepion, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Bailey Ray Roberts, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Matthew S. Sakarik, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Bachelor of Science, Art Education, K-12, summa cum laude. Caitlin Sagagi, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Applied Science, Education, summa cum laude. Laken A. Smith, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Amanda Stobie, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Pamela Marie Wagner Madplume, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Chandler Marie Williams, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Melissa Ann Worth, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Applied Science, Education Studies, summa cum laude. Anna Armstrong, Educator Licensures in Elementary Education. Edson J. Mendoza, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Courtney Joan Mudry, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Associate of Applied Science, Education Studies, magna cum laude. Amy Eileen DeRoche, Educator Licensure in Elementary Education. Raquel Little Plume, Educator Licensure in Elementary Education. David Rickey, Educator Licensure in Elementary Education. Brittany Joe Shooter, Educator Licensure in Elementary Education. Sharika Lee Penrod, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Interpretation, Associate of Science. Aaron Tuttle, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Interpretation. Corey Daniel Martinez, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science, Associate of Science. Taya Marie Rainey, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science, Associate of Science. Daniel Perry White, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science, cum laude. Riley Thomas Martello, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, Associate of Science. Cody M. Conley, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance. Britt Nicole Cooper, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics, summa cum laude. Zachary Tyler Janis, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health K-12, Associate of Applied Science Education Studies. Hunter Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health K-12. Sabrina Rose Durney, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, cum laude. Kaylee Jorgensen, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, Associate of Science, cum laude. Russell Kiwala, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, cum laude. Tanner Matthew Lear, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, Associate of Science, summa cum laude. Gabrielle Hunter Moeller, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, cum laude. Kelsey D. Potter, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, magna cum laude. William Colby Tamal, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, Associate of Science. Bailey A. Doyle, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics, summa cum laude. Leah Christina Minnick, Bachelor of Science, Music Education, K-12, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, cum laude. Ashley Kate Bird, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, Associate of Applied Science, Equine Studies and Natural Horsemanship, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Chaparral Joan Clark, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, Certificate Farrier Science, Associate of Applied Science, Natural Horsemanship, magna cum laude. Hannah Harrington, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, summa cum laude. Anna Jane Hesper, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, summa cum laude. Scotty L. Krigler, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance. Christian C. Cullen, Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance, Associate in Science. Zoe Roxana Labilwa, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, Associate of Applied Science, Equine Studies and Natural Horsemanship, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Leanne S. Miller, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, magna cum laude. Sierra M. Misovic, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship. Jillian Victoria Nasty, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, magna cum laude. Angela Rowan, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Stephanie Rule, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship, cum laude. Jordan T. Schindler, Bachelor of Science, Natural Horsemanship. Kalina Joyce Robinson, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Heather Marie Armfield, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Sarah B. Lynn, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Sierra Carenza Booner, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Brittany Burns, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Christina Marie Hansen, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Whitney Johnson, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education. Holly Marie Lockery, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Laura No Runner, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education. Kyra J. Palmer, Bachelor of Science, P3 Early Childhood Education, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Bobby Joe Patterson, Bachelor of Science, P3, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Melissa Vaughn, Bachelor of Science, P3, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Kenzie K. Clausen, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health, K-12, cum laude. Trace Niles Cunningham, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health, K-12. Connor John Davis, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health, K-12, Associate of Science, cum laude. Tanner Deedy, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health, K-12. Kimberly Christine Cole, Bachelor of Science, P3, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Billy Danielle Grady, Bachelor of Science, P3, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Joseph Lilio, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health, K-12. Connor G. McKillop, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health, K-12, summa cum laude. Hunter Thompson, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health, K-12. Jonathan Verlanik, Bachelor of Science, Physical Education and Health, K-12. Bachelor of Science, Health and Human Performance. The silence a couple of times.
Will all the graduates please stand? Congratulations and best wishes to the Montana Western Class of 2019. Graduates, you may now turn your tassel. Graduates, please be seated.
Thank you, Provost to Dean. Each year, Montana Western awards the Rush Jordan Cup and the Zella K. Flores Cup certificates to two seniors who have completed all their coursework here at Montana Western and maintained the highest grade point averages in their class. The winner, and this is a secret, so this is kind of a suspenseful moment. The winner of the Rush Jordan Cup is Matthew Sekarak. Matthew, please come forward. I know. Come here. Matthew, come forward. Thank you. Matthew, your name is Sekarak. Matthew Sekarak. Come forward. I know. This is a big deal.
Did not see that. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's an honor.
And this year we had a tie for the highest GPA. We had a tie for the highest GPA for the Zella K. Flores Cup. The winners of the Zella K. Flores Cup are Roberta Irvin and Melinda Kaufman. Roberta and Mindy, come on up. let's have a picture together. And Mindy? Yeah. Wow. Good job. Let's, there he is. Let's get a picture together. I'll go on the other one. Okay. Great job. Before we conclude, would our faculty please stand and face the graduates? Graduates, this is your opportunity to give your faculty who have supported you and helped shape your bright futures a big Montana Western round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank everyone involved for helping to produce this event, the commencement committee, the ushers, the athletic department, and all of our dedicated facilities and grounds and dining and event staff. Thank you all so much for your hard work. And once again, congratulations to the class of 2019. We all wish you the very best, always. Would you all please remain in your seats until the procession reaches the back of the gymnasium, and please join us for a reception celebrating the class of 2019. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations to the most recent graduates of the University of Montana Western. These proceedings are now closed.
I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn. But I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other. It was a crush, but I couldn't get enough. It was a rush, but I gave it up. It was a crush. Now I might have wanna said too much, but that's all it was. So I gave it up. I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other. It was a crush. I kept saying I'ma stay in touch, but that thing went bust, so I gave it up. Ooh, no tricks, no bluff.